All right, let's talk about Addams Family Values in great detail.
Ow, I hit myself in the can.
Hey, they didn't play the theme song in the first movie. They played the MC Hammer remix.
Do they don't play the theme song in the second one either?
They do. They play it.
Lies.
I mean, I think instrumental versions recur throughout the movie in the score and
Both
when
movies.
I don't remember it in the first.
Yeah, I was thinking the Mamushka, but I'm switching it with the date that the two men go on with the two ladies in the second movie.
Yeah.
Right. So.
And
right.
I think I remember something about them not wanting to include it in the movie because they wanted to disassociate the movie from the TV show, but like fans said, "Where's the song?"
Well, I mean, MC Hammer makes an appearance on the score 3 different times on the first one, so I always liked his. In fact, I looked for it when I made a TikTok about this episode coming up. I looked for his version of the Addams Family, and I didn't find it.
You didn't find it?
I didn't look that hard.
Oh, I'll help you.
No.
I know where to look.
It's okay.
I know where to find music.
It's a TikTok sound. I have to find it in their library.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's correct. Boomer.
Hey, were you, did you think I would like this movie? Either of these movies?
No.
No?
No, I have such a low batting average. I pick shit. Maybe it's better than I think it is if I've really looked at it all in a row, but I don't feel like I don't trust my memory.
I've liked everything you've picked in our current season other than the First Wives Club.
You're a monster.
And even that wasn't that bad. But no, your batting average is good.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But you were, I don't know. It's a very strange movie, Addams Family Values. It's very weird.
Yeah. And super horny. Like over the top, like several horny characters.
Subject of this movie?
The impropriety.
The subject of this movie? Horny.
Oh.
That's Ray Horny.
Hashtaggy.
So the film opens on the moon. Uncle Fester. He's in heat. He's howling.
Oh.
He's randy.
I did not at all pick up on heat. I picked up on sadness. I thought he was sad howling.
He's sorny. Sad and wants to fuck, but maybe doesn't even know that that's what he wants. But he yearns.
Doesn't know what to do with his wiener yet.
Right.
Just knows it wants something. It's pointing around the room.
Let's assume he's lived. Wait, hold on. He's lived for the past however many years as a different person. And now he's living with his brother and his sister-in-law who have an ideal marriage. And he's like, I want some of that.
So we're jumping straight into the second one. I mean, I see that. So we don't need to say that in the first one, we find out he had amnesia and was discovered in the Bermuda Triangle. So he lost a whole 2 decades of his life, it looks like.
No, we don't have to say that.
Okay. Well, we won't say
but
it.
we watched the movie together and everybody's like, oh, that was fun. Yeah, okay. And then went our separate ways. And I had to open Wikipedia and find out, wait, so was he really the brother or not? Because it is not clear at all in the movie.
They go by that part so fast. It's always just, okay, that works.
It was tacked on and the filmmakers were indecisive about whether they wanted him to be the real Fester or a fake Fester. And apparently it was Christina Ricci's suggestion that he should be the real Fester.
I think it was the right way to go.
It feels for this movie, yes. But in that story, I think I would have preferred if it were about an outsider coming in and realizing I love this family. I want to be part of this family.
Oh, that's beautiful too. But I guess they needed him to know how to do the mamushka.
That's right.
Okay.
But
that Christina, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, he's in heat. And then we check in with the rest of the family, and these folks. These kids are depraved. They're burying a beloved pet. And you're like, well, that's nice. We've all been there. But then the pet meows. And
we've all been there.
And Wednesday says, shut up, you cat. I'm burying you. Pugsley is played by Jimmy Workman. What do you think of Pugsley?
Well, I know he disappeared after this.
Okay. What do you think of?
Oh, not as the person. He's fine. He's never seemed neither here nor there. He's not supposed to be. He's just something for Wednesday to play off of, and I think he does a fine job of that. I think he's cute. I think he's a kid. I like his turkey performance. When they give him something to do, he's good at it. But he's just. I don't think they needed another star adjacent to Wednesday.
I think they would have liked one. It'd be nice. Come on, you get this superstar performance from one kid and the other is just a pud. A pug.
Well, what's the deal with that? Okay.
Oh, I don't know what the deal was. I don't know. I just think this kid, I feel bad criticizing child actors. He's doing a workman-like job, but he doesn't really add anything.
His last name, I was like, yeah.
He is like completely replaceable. And in this movie, they bring in David Krumholtz for Christina Ricci to work off of, because this guy's not giving her anything.
Really?
I'm not saying the filmmaker said, we got to bring someone in with some heat. It's just, you watch the movie and I see she seems so iconic and he seems like such a nothing.
Oh yes. And I guess I didn't recall them giving him any great lines, but I guess that's what you do with them, not what they give you, huh? But yeah. But man, am I glad they brought in David. I love him. I love him in everything he's in.
Mm-hmm. Like what? Slums of Beverly Hills.
Slums of Beverly Hills.
That's where we
he's
last.
Also the elf in the Santa Claus.
Bernard.
I want to say he's some sort of rogue.
Some sort of rogue.
He might be in a Star War.
In a Star War? I don't remember.
No, he's not Blaze.
I don't think he was in Rogue One, but
if he was, he'd be the guy with the other robot. That's the one I'm thinking of.
No, that's Diego Luna.
Totally, Diego Luna. My favorite man.
No, but there's been so much Star Wars streaming bullshit that I haven't watched now.
Please release yourself from this. That I knew not what I was speaking of.
But he was in Oppenheimer this year, and he was
Oppenheimer.
fantastic.
I knew that. He's always good. He's a good dramedy actor.
But just by opening with these kids are happily burying an alive animal, I think is this movie's signal, like, we're going to go even harder this time around into the depravity. So what happens next?
Okay. So the Morticia goes into labor and they have a waiting room scene with the two kids in the waiting room waiting for the mom to give birth. And it reminded me of the exact conversation that our kid had with your sister, who's like 8, you're like 8 years apart. And when we had them describe,
I don't remember this.
Okay. We were at a restaurant and your sister is saying that, when a mama when two people are in love and then they kiss and then there's a seed and then it goes into the belly and then they have a child. This is just like totally, she's way too old to be saying these things. And then our kid, who is way too young to be saying this, is like, if it's one kid, it comes out of the vagina. And if it's two kids, one comes out of the butt. And then that's all she said. And they're just like, all right, well, two very different takes on how anatomy and baby giving.
But both equally true.
Both the seed, neither were wrong. Anyway, what's to say except for that, an Addams is born. It's an Addams.
Well, Morticia and Gomez, they're so into their S&M play that they're into the labor pains. That gets them off.
This is a common theme throughout both movies, is that anything that the outside world would like to do to them or any common pain that we might get as normies in our outside world, they turn it into pleasure. So the normal world does affect them and give them pain in completely different ways, but they flip the script.
They're sick fucks. They laugh when others cry. They're like the Joker.
Okay. But they're in love. Maybe if the Joker had a whole sweet, loving, wholesome family, I'd be okay with Joker, since he found a way to also be a loving parent. I think you just sold a show to DC. And you're welcome. Okay, I have always had trouble with the handling of this actual baby. And they use a real baby. I don't know what the rules are anymore. Because I do know that this is a female baby and it's a twin. So I know it was two babies rotated in and out of this movie. Fine. But they manhandle this baby. Yeah. I do have in my notes, Lacey, were you okay with all this baby peril? As a kid, much, much more okay. And it didn't totally bother me now, but I'm not thinking of a real life scenario. I'm not thinking of this as being real and that's hurting me. I'm thinking of that child actually exists and is being tussled about by child actors. What mother, what parent, what dad, what anybody would be like, yeah, no, Christina Ricci. Yeah, throw this about. Put my baby on the guillotine. Right, roughly. It's definitely a real guillotine. They named the baby Pubert.
Pubert is the baby's name.
Mm-hmm.
This was what Charles Addams wanted to name the Pugsley on the 1960 series, and the network was like, "You pervert! We can't say that. Can't say that word, Pubert." So they have it here. I am just so grateful to this movie for like, again, going that hard,
right,
for having the older kids stand 100 feet in the air and dangle the baby and try to kill it.
Not dangle it; they throw it. The dad catches.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They are all agile, nimble. That the entire family has this in common: quick on their feet, good with swords. None of them fall. None of them are clumsy. They're all elegant, including when they're going to accidentally catch their baby from.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, Gomez specifically is like the
knife thrower, the sword tosser.
Well, also a fencer. I mean, he just is, and dancer. He's very polished. But all of them are. Even the kid, even Pugsley, who you might think would be a doofus or they'd give him that role, he does nothing embarrassing.
Yeah, also have some sort of superpower that, like, even if you're a baby, you defend yourself. You can stop a blade from.
But sure.
I'm saying if you're an Addams, you get a superpower.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Like they don't lean in hard to like these people can do supernatural things. They just seem crazy gifted with hand-eye coordination and strength. But that doesn't need to be supernatural. And I like that. I don't think they need that element.
Yeah. So the kids really don't like the baby, or at least it's not that they're jealous. They just feel like the natural order is thrown off by this baby, by Pubert, and we got to get rid of him because we're Addamses. That's what we do, guys. We're so fucked up. We try to kill each other, even adorable little babies. And now Christopher Lloyd, Uncle Fester, is like, that's just what we do. Remember, I was always doing it to my brother. This performance.
There is no one like Gomez. He is ready to go no matter who just randomly throws some stuff at him. Mm-hmm. His wife throws some horn at him and he's like, fuck yes, I'm horny. And his brother throws some let's do some acrobatic hugging. And he's like, yeah, let's do that. He matches Christopher Lloyd's energy so well. You pointed out, though, and I'm watching this clip and now knowing this for the first time, you pointed out that this actor had stomach cancer and was struggling with it during the filming of the second one. The dad, Raul.
Raul Julia.
Yeah. And I have always noticed that they give him a lot more reasons to sit in this movie. And so now that I know that he was, he dies a year later after the filming of this and then he was having a hard time, I just noticed it in this scene. He was just so acrobatic and athletic and always standing and so much energy in the first one.
Yeah.
And he still can match energy, but they give him a lot of reasons to be kind of a little more chill. He's in bed because he's depressed. Then he's in a chair because he's depressed outside of the house. There's just all these moments.
It's true. And he does have a reduced role in this one. So does Morticia. And maybe it was by design.
Right. You really can't have one without the other. In fact, they do give Morticia things to do outside of Gomez, which is a departure from the first one. I mean, not that she's never alone. She's, she does things by herself in the house, but outings and such seem to be a two-person thing, but not in the second one.
Christopher Lloyd, let's sing his praises for both of these performances, which I had never seen these movies. And I was like, these are just as iconic as Back to the Future, I think. Like,
oh yeah,
he is bringing
it's different.
Yeah.
They're completely different and completely neurotic and completely eccentric and high. I mean, 211.
He works himself up so much and answers just with just breathing. Brother.
Well, but in another movie we might do for me one day is Dennis the Menace. And his performance in that is another iconic.
He's in that?
Yes, he's a mischievous hobo or whatever a trickster, a con man. And he's something in that one too.
And then when we do The Page Master, for me, we'll see his fourth equally iconic role as the Page Master.
Well, hello. I have not seen that. Well, are we going to talk about how Morticia always has just a strip of light across her eyes in every scene?
Oh, I didn't know that.
You usually know things about cinematography.
Well, I can't know everything.
Lighting choices. I mean, who likes flashlights and lights in their movies?
I'm a fraud.
You are.
The kids and their antics, they're getting in the way of their parents who just want to fuck.
Right. And they explore the dark arts.
Yes. They dress Pubert up as Marie Antoinette. They're going to behead him in a guillotine. He just puts up his little baby fingers and stops it. So Uncle Fester was right. This is just what Addams children do. They try to kill each other and they don't succeed, but it's an important part of growing up. We have like the parents are talking, and in the background you hear the kids, they're in the house and one fires a gun, and then Wednesday's like, you missed. So they're literally just shooting each other with guns.
Well, and and Pugsley is getting a bit of a break. He was the target of all of Wednesday's violence in the first movie. So he's probably happy to have a baby to throw around and shoot with a gun.
Morticia, she wants more time to have wild sex with her husband, and also, I guess, to like worshiping Satan or whatever it is she wants to do. So they decide we need a nanny. So they interview nannies. They interview Cynthia Nixon nanny. They interview a whole assortment of nannies. It becomes Mary Poppins for 2 minutes where the kids frighten away all the prospects. And then eventually they meet their match in Joan Cusack as Debbie Jelinski.
One of my favorite Joan Cusack performances. I fucking love her in this.
Yeah, I think this is my favorite
character.
My favorite performance of hers. Maybe broadcast news, but she's just more prominent in this movie.
You haven't seen her in Shameless. It's amazing. But yeah, this is a good second. So yeah, it's not your fault.
I mean, I'm just talking about movies.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot that our podcast is just about whatever. We talk about other things sometimes. Dickhole. All right, go on. Debbie.
She's very good. Yeah. And Uncle Fester is immediately smitten with her.
I never think of her as a sex bomb, but I forget she plays this role. And I just don't think my Joan Cusack doesn't go back super into her earlier career. That's what it is.
No, but she's usually playing like funny sidekick or assistant or sister. Yeah, this is her getting to play a bombshell, and she does it very, very well.
Yes,
and she's
barely Marilyn Monroe. Even has the beauty mark. Wait, am I mushing Cindy Crawford and Marilyn Monroe together? I think that I am.
They talk about, well, this is where they announced they've named their baby Pubert. They went through all the names, all the usual names, like Lucifer, but also Benito and Mao. So it's like, so they don't just love like Hot Topic stuff. They also love actual dictators.
Right. They like actual evil.
Yes. Like they would have liked the killing fields of Cambodia. So like, shouldn't Wednesday like the camp that she ultimately ends up then? Because she goes to a Nazi camp.
Do you feel she's in a Nazi camp? Yeah, but if she's on the wrong side of it.
Oh, but she should appreciate it as a fan of evil. Okay,
well, there's plenty. The harder they go into this, but there still need to be a loving family, the more there are cracks to see. Mm-hmm. I mean, this movie, is more entertaining and I like it the best, but it is the movie where I'm like, hey, you're not being... Hey, that wasn't Addams-y.
You might be pushing it a little too far, and if you pushed it a little bit further, the whole thing would collapse. Yep. Like, wait a minute, they like Benito Mussolini?
Right, they like when their own husband is dying?
Yeah.
They like when,
my husband's dying. This is great.
This is great.
I love it.
Right. Well, but that it does go with the S&M thing, right? Because the whole point is to push it to the limit, not over the limit. And so, I mean, I guess it fits. The torture is not, the point of torture is not to die or to kill. So it would make sense that death would still be upsetting, except for when they love death. Like they're burying people alive and pets. And,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cooking people alive.
Cooking.
Yeah.
Boiling heads.
So tell me about.
Pouring boiling water on heads. Sorry.
Tell me about Debbie and her scheme.
Okay, well, they allude that she's some sort of Black Widow killer woman who finds the most desperate but most wealthy bachelors and seduces them and marries them. And they do this kind of in a lazy way. They show you how she is that because she's watching a very believable 90s show about, killers and unsolved mysteries and whatever when she's in her room. So she is a live-in nanny. She's in the room for the first night. We learned that, this must be this person. But in this clip on this fake TV show, she goes by Belinda and Juanita or whatever. They name her these different names. They give 2 or 3 instances. This is supposedly her 4th. Mm-hmm. But then when she goes to kill Fester with the radio later, she calls this, I call this number 428. And then
I'll tell you what that is in reference to.
Oh.
Because this joke confused me. I wrote it down. I wrote question mark And then I watched it again. She says, I bought this cassette. It's 5,000 love melodies. And he's like, which one is this? Or what do you call this? Referring to the song that's playing. And she says, number 438.
Got it. Okay.
That she's so unromantic about it that she's just referring to it by the track number.
That works for me. But the thing about her having different names, at the end, whenever she's got everybody all tied up and she wants to go through how this is all just a big hardship on her. Well, Debbie, why don't you not kill me, Debbie, or whatever she's going through. She only says the name Debbie. So her name is actually Debbie. I just want to point out that they say she goes by other names and other looks and disguises, but she breaks that.
Arrest this movie.
Anyway, shut up. Okay. I mean, to me, I shall shut up. All right. So she gets the job of the nanny. She's very, very manipulative and good at saying what she thinks she's good at adapting.
Mm-hmm.
She tries something, doesn't work, goes a different way. I think can immediately see this couple's over-sexual, so she really dazzles them by sucking things, hand, finger.
Gives them a blowjob.
Gives them a blowjob right in front of everybody.
You see the hand come.
And then, you got the job.
Fingernails everywhere.
Okay, gross. And then immediately Fester's like, I need to bone that. I want to bone her like you boned my sister-in-law, dearest brother. Yeah.
He and his brother are talking. He's laying in bed and Fester's laying in bed and Gomez is laying on top of the covers next to him and they're talking about it. And he's like, I think this Debbie woman is sure special. And Gomez is like, oh, I agree. I hope that this is the one for you, my brother.
Having known her for 30 seconds from the behind her head, did not see her face yet.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he's like, what's this? And he pulls a magazine out from under the covers and he opens it and it's a nudie mag. And he's like, Fester, you devil, Mom. And they both laugh. He's jacking off to his mom.
And they both get it. She was something. So they even like incest. Neat.
There's nothing these freaks won't like.
Okay, this is going to get annoying of me, but give him a time to sit down. They've given him another, see, Gomez again, sitting down.
Yeah, I'm not annoyed, love.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But Wednesday figures it out immediately because she's like hiding in the room and can hear Debbie going over her plans as she announces out loud, ooh, I'll take his IRAs and his Roth IRAs and his 401ks and I'll kill him.
You know what? Her and Fester really should have hit it off more because they are exactly each other's same character from the first movie to the second. And they both announced their plans loudly where Wednesday can hear them.
I didn't even think of that.
You didn't?
No. Yes, it's the same. Yeah, someone comes in to con the family.
Right. I mean, you know, they do so much of like, oh, this family's so weird. They're so depraved. But they're the wholesome ones. They're the ones that are always getting conned by the outside world who are the actual depravity, where the actual depravity is.
Yeah. So Debbie's like, I got to get these kids out of the way. This Wednesday's a problem. Pugsley, nothing's going to happen from him. But Wednesday, she knows too much. So she convinces Morticia and Gomez that they need to send them to sleepaway camp. And so they do. They go to sleepaway camp.
Right. Which is not relatable to me because some of us couldn't afford this. No.
So you never went?
I went for 1 week to a youth retreat. So it was completely, like 3 hours of prayer and worship and stuff. And then the rest of the time you walk on tight ropes and catch each other and whatever the hell it is people do at camp. There were no boats. There was no archery. There was no equipment. It was all just like, what can we do with a picnic table? Now what can we do with this rope? Yeah.
Yeah. I did go to a sleepaway camp that was exactly like, this is the only time in my life this has happened. It was exactly like the movies. It was exactly like The Parent Trap and all the other iconic camps that you go stay at with the rowboating and with the crafts.
So it was a $20,000 camp like this one?
I mean, it wasn't quite as nice as those, but it had all the stuff. And was I happy at this camp? Or was I a little Wednesday Addams
there's no way you were fucking happy. No, I went to Disney World and we're Wednesday.
Well, yes, but I love Disney World. No, camp, I was never more miserable. I thought it was a bloody outrage that I was there the whole time. I'm like, how am I going to get out of this? Please let me call my parents. No, we're not going to let you call your parents. But yes, I was very much, I'm not going to. Parents? No, because they knew I just wanted to call them to say, please come pick me up.
That's a great reason to want to fucking call your parents. That's fucking horrifying. And
This
scary.
was Camp Abbey, north of Covington, Louisiana, run by the, Catholic Church.
Okay. Super cool. It's real chill.
Camp for boys. But girls had their own camp during different weeks. So it wasn't just boys. But
so they left their underwear behind.
This
you guys
special,
sniffed them.
Yeah, man, we sniffed.
You raided something that wasn't there?
Yeah.
Idiot. That's not even how you raid.
So yeah.
Raider of the Lost Dork. All right, good.
There's lots of chanting at this camp. Lots of, when you walk from, this place to this place, you need to sing very happily about what you're going to do. We are going to boat. And when you went into the mess hall, which of course they called it, you're supposed to chant, "We want slop."
Oh, I do remember you telling me this. And I hate the way you say the word slop. It's like the P has a dick. Slop. I don't know. I just feel like you're fucking me with the P in that word.
We want slop. And and I refused to chant it. That was my most Wednesday. I'm not going to. No, it's disrespectful to the workers there.
And I'm not going to eat slop.
This camp, Camp Chippewa.
Chef's kiss of a camp.
Yes, run by.
Yeah. Can I just say though, I never noticed of course I noticed all the blondes. Of course I noticed that the people who did not fit in were the outcasts very, very clearly. I did not realize they make such on the nose jokes about the privilege you have to afford this kind of camp.
Yeah, it's like the slogan.
That.
It's like a camp for privileged kids.
Right. Don't we just hate that? I love their jumps.
So Wednesday's drinking that is your mug.
On my mug. That exact shot. That's how you know this is not a Wednesday show mug. This is a Addams Family Values
important
mug.
Distinction. Yes.
I made sure when I Googled inside of Amazon, because you can Google inside of Amazon, and that is what I typed in. Thank you.
This is Peter McNichol and Christine Baranski, who are wonderful in a cast of amazing people. I like that right away. You're like, wait, this is some kind of Nazi camp.
You went Nazi. I didn't go Nazi. I just went.
You mean when they have like the
nightmare?
You have like the scene where they have the attack dogs in the watchtower and the sirens, and the kids are trying to climb over the fence. And
I didn't go to camp, man.
Out.
That seems like camp to me. Every camp movie I've ever seen, there's people trying to get out. Heavyweights.
With a big dog and a watchtower and sirens.
All right. How else do you keep the kids? I don't know.
But it's both broad and, it's called Camp Chippewa. And, that's literally an indigenous tribe. But this is a white children camp. And it's just Camp Chippewa. Let's be little Chippewas here. Right. And it's very exclusive. You have to be very special to get in. And then later they literally separate the good kids from the ones who aren't so good. And the ones who aren't so good are literally either non-white or have some sort of disability.
The ones you wouldn't put on the pamphlet.
Right. And then just the enforced positivity. And then we meet the Crumb.
Is that what we call him?
That's what I call him, the Crumb.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Crumb.
Yeah. David Krumholtz as Joel, who becomes Wednesday's love interest. It's I did, watching this movie a second time, making my little notes. Mm-hmm. I did think, Wednesday, a little bit more of you and I'd be done with you.
Like a whole show?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're exhausting. I mean, yes. I watched a few episodes of Daria recently.
Okay.
And it occurred to me, when you're a child, when you're a teenager, you watch Daria. Everyone does.
Sure.
No matter what age they are. It's not a very specific thing for people our age. And you're like, I'm like Daria. And in junior high, I was literally called Dario because I'm just like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I grasped.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's just wish fulfillment. It's this person who's so cool, who's above everything, and literally always has the most witty insult rejoinder to be deployed at the perfect time. And then you watch it as an adult and you're like, Daria's the villain of this show.
Can't you just go with the fucking flow, Daria? God damn it.
You just start to feel bad for all the other people and all the people she's putting down. Yeah. Part of life is growing up. Part of growing up is realizing we don't want to be Wednesdays. You don't want to be a Wednesday your whole life.
Right. Then nothing would get done.
Nothing would get done. But, Mercedes McNabb is the actress who plays Amanda. She's very, very good as a little villainous
yes.
girl.
And she's in both movies.
Yep. she plays the Girl Scout for,
Right.
one scene.
And
at
that
the end
energy is so easy to pick up on. As soon as we were watching the first one, I was like, oh my God, it's the girl from the second one.
Well, I mean, think of the people who made the movie. Like we got to get this kid back.
Right. Privileged lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
An Evian bottle.
So
now we're back at the home. What's going on? Fester is very creepily looking at Debbie, doing everything that she's doing with the one child that's at home. What a brilliant nanny move. I know I'm here to watch the children. Can you get rid of all the ones that walk? Thank you so much. I'll just watch this baby. And Debbie, that's exactly what she wanted, was for him to notice. She's very overly sexual with everything. And then they go and have an iconic dinner on an underground cave, which I always assumed was just under their house, but I've got no reason to think that, except for that under their house there's caves.
I didn't notice that it was a weird restaurant until the second time. Like, oh, this restaurant's weird. It's in a cave of some sort.
Okay.
But you know what I like? I like that just for screen. I mean, this is a good way to do a sequel. You pick up on a thread from the earlier movie and just expand on that. Like the earlier movie has Christopher Lloyd's character becoming well known for being this famous heir, right?
Christopher Lloyd's character,
Fester, when he takes over the house and gets the rest of the family disinherited. So suddenly he's a little famous. He's appearing on magazines. And now this movie doesn't really point it out, but Joan Cusack is like, I saw all those magazine articles and I'm going to do something about it.
I did not follow that thread. Okay.
He's going to use his brother to help him woo Debbie, and they go on a little double date.
Okay.
Then there's a very, very extended, little exhausting dance sequence between
it's a lot.
Morticia and Gomez. It ends with all the champagne bottles ejaculating in the restaurant, because dancing is like sex for these people.
What? That's a dick move from Gomez. Like, he knows he's an amazing suave dancer. If you were trying to make Fester look good, why would you then go do the sexiest, coolest fucking dance ever in front of the girl?
Because he can't help it. He's a man of passion.
Well, he's really reliving the past, because this is exactly what he did with Flora and Fauna.
That's true.
Yes, he's always trying. He wants good things for his brother, but he does not want to not be the sexy one.
Well, nobody's perfect.
That son of a bitch. Okay. All right. So then, all right. Well, now this is one date, and they go to, Debbie and Fester are in the cemetery, and she says she's a virgin, says she loves him, says all this, love bombing him, of course, and he immediately proposes. But you need a ring and you're in a pinch. And so they dig up, they go inside to say, look, we're engaged. And then Morticia and Gomez say, that ring, it's Mama's. And then Debbie's like, shovel, dug up that bitch. Anyway.
But she also realizes I can use my sexuality as a weapon.
It's her move. Well, sexuality gets the man, then it keeps the man.
It will work much more effectively on this man than any other in the past, because he's a virgin.
He's a virgin.
I feel pretty bad for Fester.
Okay. You're identifying? All right.
Yeah, I was identifying. Because I think Christopher Lloyd's so great in this, and in Back to the Future 3. One reason I really like that movie is it gives him a romance with Mary Steenburgen. And it's very sweet, and he gets to just play it straight, non-comedic. And you realize he would be a great romantic lead. And he kind of, you do pick up on the yearning that he feels here, even in a very silly role.
Oh yeah, he's a good actor. I mean, yeah, he's a great little hostage.
Do Morticia and Gomez suspect anything at any point?
I feel like Morticia, just like Wednesday, these intuitive women, you can only pass it down to the daughter if you're a mother with intuition.
Sure.
They're always quicker and faster in noticing these things. I don't know. I mean, she definitely flips the script. She flips a switch with how nice she is as soon as she's got a proposal and is engaged. So, I mean, I feel like everything starts to crack and be revealed immediately. But, what are you going to do? Your brother's in love. All right. Now we go back to the camp, and the mail is amazingly fast to this camp, because Wednesday and Pugsley find out that their uncle's engaged, and Wednesday knew this would happen. That's why they got rid of the kids to begin with, because Wednesday knew what that trollop was up to. And the very nosy camp counselor asks, "What's wrong?" And then she says that her uncle's getting married to the nanny. And the privileged, horrible Amanda says, "To the help, I'd kill myself."
It's so good.
It's pretty good.
We're getting more of a sense of this camp. This is just a fascist training camp, and maybe like a gay conversion camp too. Because if you're sort of expressing any nonconformity, we're going to send you to the Harmony Hut, where
you think people become ungay in this gay ass hut. Look at it.
Well, do you think people become ungay at conversion camp?
I don't know what conversion camp looks like. I know what this camp looks like. So all they do is give them. Okay, you're just saying it's a metaphor. All right, fine. Right. Yeah, they put them in the torturous place until they come out and fall in line. Say what we want you to say.
Do you remember when Homer travels through time with the toaster?
No.
Treehouse of Horror 5?
I don't watch those. You know, I don't like to watch the
that's right. Oh, that's
I don't like to watch the episodes of animated series that I like that change the complete tone and place in roles. I don't like it. You're bad.
You're a bad person. That's a bad opinion.
I don't watch the Bob's Burgers ones that do that either, where they completely go into another story or they look different. I hate it.
I don't like the Simpsons Halloween episodes. Only an Addams would say something so twisted. Well, anyway, in one iteration of the future that Homer creates, Ned Flanders is running the world, and it's a totalitarian like dictatorship where everybody has to dress like him and smile all the time and say Oakley Dokley and have. Anyway, that's what this camp is.
Pleasantville.
It's like Pleasantville,
which Matt would like. So you would love a totalitarian.
I just want people to keep things to themselves and not bother me.
How pleasant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Joel gets sent to the Harmony Hut too because he was reading. He's reading a book.
And then he gets hit.
And he has allergies.
Oh yeah. And then the camp counselor that hits him with the book, right? Or doesn't he hit him? He just No. The camp counselor hits children in the play when they're not being, they're not fulfilling his vision. That's later. I fucking love it. But they do snatch the book out of his hand or something kind of violent.
He's reading Stephen Hawking, and they force him into, and then he sees a Michael Jackson poster and he freaks out. The scariest thing of all.
Which is odd. I mean, I get it.
Well, so yeah, they're miserable at camp. They're going to try to escape. They're like me at age 14 when I was too old to be at Camp Abbey. If I have a critique of this movie, if I had one, which, and I do, is that I think that it kind of is just two movies that they're just cutting between. Mm-hmm. And you want them to be more linked both in how they affect each other. If you just, it just feels like a sitcom, like with an A story and a B story, where one of the stories I find much more interesting than the other story.
Which one?
The camp.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I love anything about a camp, honestly.
And that it's like filmed like it's heavyweights or something, like it's a silly camp, but it's a literal Nazi camp.
I mean, look at the soldier standing right next behind the woman. Yeah. That is a Nazi if I've ever seen one.
Punished. Yeah. But Wednesday, she's getting closer to Joel, and she even says, "I have a day pass to get out of here for my uncle's wedding. You want to come as my date?"
A day pass is also, she says I have a pass. A day pass is what they give you in jail or prison.
Yeah. So then there's the wedding scene where they literally cook a cake girl alive and then say, "C'est la vie. Sometimes we killed people." You
mean the bachelor scene? Bachelor party, not a wedding scene.
Yeah, but the wedding follows. And yeah. And we have cousin It is the officiant, and they're playing, Lurch is playing the organ, the wedding march interspersed with a da-na-na-na. It's funny. Mm-hmm. And then they go on their honeymoon to Waikiki. And Debbie tries to kill Fester in a bathtub with a radio, just like the Alkaline Trio song.
Well, and this is my point, that all the things that people try to do that are violent from the outside world to an Addams.
Yeah.
They just use their superpowers.
It's just a pratfall.
Yay!
Yes, I love that. He's like, "Oh, we're doing fun, sexy things, aren't we?"
Right. Well, but then she's all annoyed when she gets out, when they're, he's following her back out of the bathroom, and it's like, that was an accident. I know.
So they're about to so she fails to kill him.
Right.
And maybe
what a lazy killer this is.
I know.
Like, you just try one time and then you're going to completely bomb a mansion. That's your second.
This is my question. She decides at this point, okay, I guess I'm not going to be able to kill him. So here, you must agree never to see your family again. But I love my family. And it's like, had more than you love this. And then Dick goes in and he's like, I agree.
I thought you had a question.
Yeah, my question here is, does she not plan to kill him anymore? Like, why does she need him to do this?
I'm really not, I have no idea why this completely changes her plan. It seems like access to the money would have already existed.
Mm-hmm.
I completely don't know.
Keep him happy and distracted. Let him continue to hang out with the family and plot your next move.
Right. And you don't seem to like hanging around him. So I guess she just knows that Wednesday knows about her. She can't have him over on Wednesday. Wednesday's only in camp for so long. Idiot.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and then they kill a bald eagle at camp and they make a baby drink vodka. See, they kill this bald eagle because this movie's about America and it's about colonialism and plunder.
And the things we hold sacred that are kind of silly when you think of the things we don't hold sacred.
Right.
Right. Now we're on to what their life is like after the wedding. They purchase a mansion in record time, and Debbie gets immediately going to move in all these expensive things she's acquired. I don't know how. And Fester is in a white linen suit. His hair is like little Lord Fauntleroy, and yeah, it's just like the first movie where he's dressed as a normal person, kind of. And I mean, him with hair is just.
She's trying to make him more presentable.
It's like a Roomba with hair. It's fucking weird.
Why is she trying to make him more presentable? I don't know.
She's being seen with him. And to make sure that he knows that he's not doing anything right. She's isolating him. She's gaslighting him. She's doing all the abusive things. She'd be a fabulous cult leader.
Would you call her an abuser?
Are you serious right now?
No. So, and Gomez, he's despondent. It is sad. He's like, why doesn't my brother want to see me anymore? What did I do? I want to hear it from him.
It's very triggering. He went 20 years wondering why his brother didn't see him anymore and didn't realize, he had amnesia.
That's right.
Wasn't choosing to not come around.
Mm-hmm.
This is a convenient card game that I'll tell you about. Okay, so now we're back at camp. You're right. This really is like two movies. And the outcast kids, the trio we love, are trading murderers, killers, and psychos trading cards. And I don't know really what the purpose of this is, to just say, that's her, that's Debbie. See, I told you she was a psycho.
Yeah, whereas Wednesday had suspicions, now she knows.
Oh, this confirms.
You have a rap sheet. You've done it before and you're doing it again to my uncle.
Sure. And then this is where we find out that they're going to put on a production at the end of the summer. For some reason, it's the first Thanksgiving. It's a weird fucking thing to do in the summertime.
It is, and it's disorienting because you're like, it's a Thanksgiving pageant in the summer at a summer. Just wires crossing. Yes.
No like. But I do love the play.
Oh, it's
Gary's
fantastic. I love when he says, he's announcing who all the pilgrims are going to be. And he's like, and the pilgrims are going to be Lily, Jennifer, Tiffany, Missy, Michelle, Melissa. And it was like, they opened a baby book name from
that year. Which is like top 5 names right now.
I think that at the time people would have been like, oh, these weirdo new names like Melissa and Tiffany.
You do? These were all different names of my friends at the time of me watching this movie.
So yes, maybe it would have to be earlier than that. But it's like how, I don't know, if it were today, it would be like Brooklyn and Braxley.
Sure, right. I mean,
but more than that, these are just white names.
The whitest.
Yes. And then they're like, all right, and the Indians are going to be Consuela, and it's panning over the non-white kids and the disabled kids, and they can't even pronounce Consuela, and they can't pronounce Jamal.
Right. Jamal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who even cares? The non-conforming kids, their punishment is they have to be Indians. They have to be the
ones who were plundered. I guess. I mean, we really don't know what the ending of the play was going to be. Do they really get punished? Maybe it would have been fine. But they need to be the outcasts. They need to be the ones without money.
So Debbie is keeping Fester away from his family. Classic abusive behavior.
I already said that. Thank you.
I'm just building on your point.
You said my exact point. So no, you're just copying me. You're being a copycat.
They go to the police, and Nathan Lane is the police officer for some reason. And there's this wonderful Coke machine in the police station. I wrote down, what a Coke machine.
Oh, God, was it? I wrote it down too.
Really? It's like, oh, yes, I'm there.
Fantastic Coke machine. I didn't realize he was drinking Pepto-Bismol, but now I realize that.
Pepto-Bismol is a classic prop for a cop.
A prop cop? A cop prop.
Yep.
Look at Christina Ricci with her acne. They did good makeup on this movie. The close-up, though, you can't hide it.
The kids, again, we're just flopping back and forth. And as I was making my outline, I'm like, should I just do all the camp stuff in a row and then do all the home stuff in a row? But yeah, that's just the way the movie's edited. So they really are forced into conversion therapy. They're forced into the Harmony Hut where they have to watch the Little Mermaid and the Brady Bunch and The Sound of Music. And they come out and they pretend it works. They're not gay. And now she smiles.
But it seems like the hardest thing ever to do, to do such a gradual progression of a smile for so long. Like how you don't instantly go. It's a talented little moment, I find.
She's good.
Some good face muscle work there.
You can actually tell it's painful. I guess if there's a thematic link between these two plots, it's like the baby back at home is turning blonde. And this is like a response to his family being separated from Uncle Fester and from his brother and sister, I guess. But he's basically becoming more like the right kind of child at the camp.
Without the people around him, he's acclimating. So now we smash cut to it's time to put on the play with the best musical number of any movie ever. I'd say. I'm just kidding. But I do love the turkey song very, very much.
Eat us.
No, they eat me. And then all the parents look at each other like, what the fuck? Anyway, this is Pugly's moment to shine. They do that. And then they go to Wednesday's moment with the Pilgrims and with Amanda in Time for Revenge. And so she's acting like she's going to stick to the script, but then she reveals, no, we've come to rape and murder everyone here. They literally tie them up and spin them on a spit. They use real fire.
They set off bombs, apparently.
Right. They try to burn Amanda at the stake. They flip over bleachers somehow and hurt parents.
With no cutting away or no indication that it's not for real. Although you do see Amanda later in the movie still alive when she's in the plane with her parents.
Yeah. But there's no moment where
it's not being undercut while it's happening.
Right.
No, they're really killing these people.
Well, okay, but they show the two camp directors tied together on one giant spit, and they are roasting them over a fire.
Yeah, they're dead.
So that
they're eating.
They really do it in front of you.
Yep.
And then they just end the scene.
It's like 5 seconds away from being a John Waters comedy, like X-rated.
Someone gonna shit on the stage? Is that gonna happen?
And then eat it? Yeah.
Right.
Just want to note, Wednesday says she's playing Pocahontas, a Chippewa native. Pocahontas was not Chippewa; she was Powhatan.
So now we go back to what's Fester and Debbie up to. He's wearing the most atrocious clothes ever, and now he's got a beautiful little heart apron on because he's cooking a meatloaf for their 3-week anniversary. And all this is just a ruse for Debbie to be able to give him a giant present that is actually a bomb. And she's like, okay, well, I've got to go run an errand. Don't peek at your present. And then he goes and he shakes it.
It's going to be so hard not to peek at my present.
Okay. Just a little peek. And then he picks it up and he guesses 2 things. Then he says, it's a bomb. And then she goes, no. Or I don't know what she says, but she's like, fuck you, Fester. And then she goes to a bar and sings Macho Man with some sailors. That's what happens there. And then, wouldn't you know it, it was a bomb. The whole house blows up, and she's practicing her officer. And my husband was in that. And then he just comes walking out because that's his jam. Things blow up a lot at the Addams house, and look, I've still got the meatloaf. And then she reveals to him that so she just hate you.
Just takes out a gun and is like, I'm just going to kill you then. I'm just going to shoot you.
Oh, right.
Because you suck and
the world's biggest gun.
Don't you love me?
Not since Who Framed Roger Rabbit have I seen a gun that big.
It's quite a piece.
Huge.
But Thing, the hand.
Ah, yes.
Comes in and can drive. And
notably not a foot and a hand, just a hand.
And he's doing both. He's steering in and pedaling. And so he saves the day. There's a car chase and And yeah, he takes Fester back to the home where all the Addamses are reunited because the kids have escaped from summer camp after their massacre, and everyone's back. One happy Addams family, and then Joan Cusack shows up. I'm here to electrocute all of you. Yeah.
It's handy that they had 7 electric chairs.
Yes. Do you think this was a Simpsons reference?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Is it a Treehouse of Horrors?
No. This is to the 4th episode of the series. There's No Disgrace Like Home. Very famous scene where they're in therapy and they get hooked up to shock apparatuses and they can shock each other to learn how to like communicate with each other, but they instead use it to torture each other.
Yeah, sure.
All right, good. Well,
Debbie's hairs never look better than when she gets real upset.
Yes. I mean, it's
very Death becomes her. Look at this makeup.
She's very good and kind of sexy.
You can say it.
No,
okay.
I shouldn't.
Oh.
This is when Debbie decides to give them her villainous monologue and literally puts on a slideshow, delivers a PowerPoint presentation. Why I'm Evil by Debbie Jelinski.
Right. And this is when she reveals that she's never gone by any other name and that it's her birth name.
Yeah.
So the opening anyway, plot hole.
You're not getting out of movie jail, Barry Sonenfeld. Sorry, Debbie, no mercy. It's the best delivery of all time. Oscar right there. I'm throwing an Oscar at the screen. Her motivation is she wanted even nicer things and her parents wouldn't give them to her. She wanted a ballerina Barbie. What did they give her? A Malibu Barbie. I was a ballerina.
Right. Yes. Wow. Okay. You're going to have sex dreams about her, aren't you? That's going to make me very uncomfortable. You
could, if you wanted to get really deep, you could say Debbie is the natural conclusion of the plunder from natives, seize their land, build our own country with good looking blonde people who just do this. Don't I ache and yearn and shop? It's the only reason to exist.
Right. You've given me so much that there's nothing else to really want except for more and the most. People who have lots of money often don't feel like, yes, I've achieved, yay. They just set their sight on a club that's a notch higher and they need to be the richest. And then when you are the second richest person, all you think about is how you're not the richest person.
Bullshit that you're not.
It's all so meaningless. But family, that's where the value is. Yeah.
That's why they called it this.
I know it.
So the baby saves them.
And the baby's a trans person. Look, drag. That's a mustache on a woman, baby. The baby's a woman.
J.K. Rowling's not happy about that.
No. Look at this shot. No one's ever been electrocuted the hair. Applause to the makeup artist here.
Better electrocution, her or Marv in Home Alone 2? He turns into a skeleton, so it might be Marv.
Yeah, the shrieking is better for Marv. The look is better for Debbie.
So
the ending is the most.
It's a happy ending.
Okay, yeah, it's happy, except for that Wednesday lets you know. No. There's no. There shan't be a love affair like Gomez and Morticia. I am still Wednesday. I am different from my mother. I rather scare you to death.
Joel is kind of like, well, I'll just literally recreate your dad. I'll say Caramia. I'll put on his mustache. But that's not what she wants.
Right. Like he's like, you're weird. I don't know what you like. I know I love all of it. And I'm just this dork. So I'll just be your dad. Isn't that hot?
It is nice that he says you're the weirdest person I've ever known. But he still loves her.
Right. Well, that's the reason. Yeah. How nice.
And then she tries to kill him, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe it's a test. Like, well, if you can survive this, I guess we can get married as children.
Yeah. Well,
who knows? They ended there.
Twisted family would do it. It'd be this one.
Yeah, why not? Child brides are hot.
Yes.